let me get to the story. Pull up the article on actionforliberty.com. You guys are lizard people. Jeez. All right. So William, you wrote this story. This is fascinating. And you just got to wonder, are these politicians in St. Paul lizard people? Because here they are, and there's no demand for this except for some wacko liberal hippie circles maybe that want to ban any mention of Indians in the name of school mascots. So what is this story all about?
Yeah, I mean, there aren't even a lot of high schools in Minnesota that still have Native American imagery or names. Like, I could only find a handful out of the thousands, I would say, schools in Minnesota. But this legislator from Minnetonka, Liz Pryor, she wants to pass this huge education bill that seeks to, one, make it harder to homeschool in Minnesota, two, make it harder to be a teacher, which is crazy because we're having a teacher shortage right now. And the third biggest point, arguably, is this, that they are pushing to ban quote-unquote offensive mascots. So if you scroll down, you can see some of the provisions in this bill, but most notably in the third paragraph there, you'll see that this includes a ban for names, symbols, or images that refers to American Indian tribes, individuals, customs, or traditions.
And that can't be using a mascot, nickname, logo, letterhead, or team name of the district or the school within the district.
Right, they're really covering their bases.
I mean, like, this is the thing about the left is they're just authoritarians. I don't know. Like, there's an authoritarian right, but that doesn't creep out as much as the left these days.
When you look at the co-sponsors in the Senate,
Yeah.
I don't remember everyone who's on the bill, but they're all from the Metro. Like and of course Liz Pryor, she's from Minnetonka. So it's everyone. It's these white liberal women from the suburbs. They're seeking to tell everyone in greater Minnesota, because let's be honest, that's where most of these schools are, how they should live their lives and enjoy their sports teams. And
Native Americans, they like to have a school name be the Chiefs or the Warriors or something like that. It's symbolic of their culture, and it's a positive thing.
That's what's so crazy. It's like you're looking to actively erase any references that you have in mainstream culture in order to quote unquote respect the culture. Like that's just strange.
Yeah, canceling the culture doesn't respect it. That's a good point.
Well, and you're not going to have a sports team that you want to be made fun of for. Like you're not taking on the Warriors name, for example, to be offensive towards Native Americans. Like you're saying, hey, this is cool. Native American culture is cool. We want to be a cool team. And as I note in the article here, you can see that the Red Lake High School, their students are almost exclusively Native Americans. I believe it's like out of 250 students.
Yeah, that's a huge reservation.
Right, exactly. And they embrace the name. The faculty notes that they haven't really had any problems with the name.
Yeah, I know. It's so insane. Warriors, Chiefs, you never call we were talking about this before.
Yeah.
There's two things you can call every guy and they'll smile and they'll love it. Call him a warrior or call him an alligator, like that woman at Cane's said to me the other day. God, still, I thought about that all
She's a
weekend. She
sweetheart.
called me an alligator.
Yeah.
Oh, she calls you guys an alligator?
I've gotten an alligator from her before. Or she calls some other
That's her
sorta-
trademark, calling guys alligators. But you never go wrong calling someone warrior. You can go wrong calling a guy chief because usually it's said in a way that's kind of disrespectful.
We got a problem,
But
Chief?
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
the Kansas City Chiefs,
Yes, but it's a good term, right?
Yeah.
I would even say Fighting Sioux is a good term, by the way, if you look at the historic battles
Again,
that they've
that's
won.
cool.
It is cool.
Like, it makes me
Yes.
think higher of the Sioux.
Yes, and by the way, having Irish blood in me, it's not bad to be called the Fighting Irish either, right?
There you go.
Which generally happens after some intoxicating liquors. The Redskins, they kind of got a point on that one. It's hard to say you're not racist by saying red skin, right? Now, I wasn't part of the wool cult that was calling for that to be changed, but that one was a little bizarre.
Right,
I mean,
but we have nothing like that in Minnesota. And even
that's
so,
that's the biggest rarity of them all, right?
Right.
And by the way, most people didn't even care. It got used to it. It's not really even saying that like they're bad. It's just signifying the skin. But it's so absolutely stupid to say that you can't say the good parts of a culture.
Well, and I've said this before, too. Like, if a school district wants to change it, like, that's a local thing, and that's up to you.
Yeah.
When you're trying to legislate at the state level, though, that's ridiculous because you aren't even going out and talking to these people, let alone, like, knowing anything about the area or the culture.
Right.
before you try to impose these rules on them, which is absolutely ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. And once again, the left is authoritarian. We learned that during COVID. And speaking of which, Dawson, will you pull